All right, Shalom. This is Brother Shamar from the Phoenix Camp. And with that being said, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakatash. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the brothers that are doing this work in true sincerity. So, right into the lesson. This is John 16, and I've started verse 20. These are the words in red, which are the words of Yahweh Shai. It says, "Verily I say unto you, that ye shall weep and lament, but the world shall rejoice. You shall be sorrowful, but your sorrow shall be turned into joy." So that's speaking of a time where we're going to be in a low condition. We're going to be in a condition of persecution. We're going to be in a condition of suffering, of discomfort. We're going to be in a condition of sorrow. The scripture's talking about the beginning of sorrows. So the Lord's going to be with us, but the men that are serving the Lord, most high willing, we are counted among that number. But there's going to be a trial of faith, Slakia. There's going to be a trial of faith that we are going to have to go through. So stop right there. So let's run that back again. It says, "Do you inquire among yourselves that said, little while you shall not see me again, for little while shall see me? Really I say unto you that ye shall weep and lament, but the world shall rejoice. And ye shall be sorrowful, but your sorrow shall be turned into joy." That's the key thing right there. Our sorrow is going to be turned to joy, because we're not going to be in as low a state, this condition of being under curses. That's not going to last forever. That time is ultimately going to come to an end. So the sorrows that we're going through right now as a people, that's going to have a closing credit, so to speak, in the Lord's movie. That chapter is going to be closed. And that's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for our sorrow to be turned into joy. And one of the ways that our sorrow is going to be turned to joy is when the Lord comes and frees us from this captivity. Let's go to verse 20. "And that woman in travail," verse 20, "Verily I say unto you that ye shall weep, lament, but the world shall rejoice. Ye shall be sorrowful, but your sorrow shall turn joy." Verse 21, it says that woman when she's in travail, and that woman is a symbolic of Israel. Let's get that word travail in the footnote. Labor. The scriptures, they talk about a woman in labor, man. So like it's Isaiah, the 26th chapter, in verse 1. That says in that, where is it at? Salak 17, I think. It says, "Like as a woman with child that draws near the time of her delivery in pain, and cries out in her pangs, so have we been in thy sight, O Lord." So that's going back to John, that woman in travail, in verse 21. That's symbolic of Israel, man. So us as a people, we are going in travail. We are going in labor pains, man. Because we are hoping for the glory that comes with the relief of that pain, for that trial to be over with, man. When a woman gives birth, her being under the curses of Genesis, the 3rd chapter, she has great pain in her labor, but once a child is come out of her womb, or she has delivered the child, she's in a state of great joy. And that's how we're going to be. We're going to be in a state of great joy. But before all of that happens, we have to go through Jacob's trouble. We gotta have to go through the beginning of sorrows. Mark 13 and 8. Let's go ahead and get that. Let's get Mark 13 and 8. And it says, "For the nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom." And there's basically, that means wars. Wars, conflicts, which has been going on since time eternal, but they're going to escalate more and more as the day is coming, as the day approaches, the day of the Lord approaches, and all the prophecies start coming to pass. It says, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be earthquakes in diverse places. There shall be famines and troubles. These are the beginning of sorrow." The key thing right there, there shall be famines and troubles. Because we already had nations rising against nation. So like we already had earthquakes. And what's going to come next? Famine and trouble. We constantly speak about food shortages here in Babylon the Great, aka America. We constantly speak about water shortages, which leads to famine. And here in Babylon the Great, aka America, we speak about these things constantly. Brothers constantly bringing out articles about famines and water shortages. Because you need water to grow food, right? So famines are coming, man. Especially here in Arizona, they constantly speak of a water shortage, man. And the desert is the last place to be without water. So it's gonna be rough, man. But those that believe and trust in the Lord and maintain their faith, enduring to the end, they're going to turn that sorrow into joy. It says, but take heed to yourselves. Well, that's the key point right there. The beginning of sorrows. Going back to John 16, a woman, being in sorrow. Going back to Genesis third chapter, the woman's. Won't really get that. Let's get Genesis the third chapter. It says, unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow. Let's get the word sorrow. Salak. Pain. The conception and sorrow shall thou bring forth children. The desire shall be thy husband. He shall rule over thee. So that's still just like the curse of the woman. She had to be in great pain and delivering the child. We're going to be in great pain going through the things that we have to go through. Because we are Salah, because we are that woman in travail spoken with John 16 and 21. Let's get Micah 4 and 40. This is Micah 4, 4 and 40, 4 and 10. What am I thinking? Uh, Micah 4 and 10, it says, Be in pain and labor to bring forth, O daughter of Zion, like a woman in travail. For now shalt thou go forth out of the city, and thou shalt dwell in the field, and thou shalt go even to Babylon. Babylon is symbolic of America. And there shalt thou be delivered. There the Lord shall redeem thee from the hand of thine enemies. You see that? So we are going to be delivered out of Babylon, which is America, from the hand of our enemies, which are the Edomites and these other heathen nations, because every nation upon earth is here in America, man. But our main enemy is Esau, Edom. They're the one that brought us over here. They brought the so-called Negro over here. The so-called Latin tribes. They came over here prior to that, but yet they were still here. But ultimately, they were all brought here by the Lord to serve our final captivity. But the scripture says that we will be delivered. It says, there shalt thou be delivered. So we're going to be delivered out of this place, man. Part of the deliverance is going to be the destruction of America. The 2/3 of our people, they're going to have to come back as a children of the elect. But the elect, 1/3, they will be delivered out of Babylon, this Babylon, aka America. Says, thou shalt go even to Babylon, and there shalt thou be delivered. There the Lord shall redeem thee from the hand of thine enemies, man. So that's what we're looking forward to. That's how our sorrow is going to be turned into joy. When this place gets destroyed and we get delivered, that's what we're waiting for. That's what we're hoping for. This is Isaiah 59 and 12. Is that it? Oh, start at verse 10. Where's that at? Salah. This is Isaiah 52 and 10. It says, The Most High has made bare his holy arm in the eyes of all nations, and all the ends of the earth shall see the salvation of our power. See, the whole world is going to see. They're going to see the coming of Yahweh Shai to deliver the 1/3 and to destroy these nations. Let's get a book of Revelation, and every eye shall see him. Because it says all nations shall see, right? Let's go ahead and get that scripture. So that's speaking of the chariot. All the whole world's going to see that great chariot, that great fathership, and the chariots that the angels are coming in to bring destruction and unleash the winds of destruction upon this place. This is Revelation 1 and 7 said, behold, he comes with clouds, and the clouds is symbolic of a chariot. And every eye shall see him, so all nations, right? Going back to, what was it, Isaiah 52 and 10? All the ends of the earth shall see the salvation of our power. And they also which pierced him, once again speaking of reincarnation, and all the kindreds or nations, let's get that word kindreds, it's a lot. Let's see. Tribes, that's another word for nations. And all the kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so, amen. So let's get that word wail. Mourn. So they're gonna be crying out, man, knowing that their end has come. They're gonna be in anguish, and when as he read in John the 16th chapter, it's going to get that they're gonna be in anguish and we're gonna be in joy. So let's go get back to John the 16th chapter, and it says verily I say unto you, Isaiah John 16 and 20. It says, verily I say unto you, that ye shall weep and lament, but the world shall rejoice. You see that? So as long as we're in a low estate, as long as we're in the position that we're in, as long as we don't, it's a lock. As long as we're in a position where we have no voice or power, this world is in a state of rejoicing. We're in that state of sorrow. But what does the scripture say? But ye shall be sorrowful, but your sorrow shall be turned into joy. So let's go back to Revelation. So Revelation 1 and 7, it says, we'll jump to the point, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail. So they're going to be in that sorrow, man, because of him. Going back to Isaiah 52 and 9, let's go ahead and get that. Isaiah 52 and 9 or 10. It says, verse 9, yeah, we're going to be in that state of joy. Isaiah 52 and 9, bring forth into joy. See that? Sing together, ye waste places of Jerusalem, for the Lord has comforted his people. He has redeemed Jerusalem. So Jerusalem it's symbolic of us as a nation. The Lord has made bare his holy arm in the eyes of all the nations, and all the ends of the earth shall see the salvation of our power. You see that? So that's what we're waiting for, man. We're waiting for our sorrow to be turned into joy. We're waiting for our deliverance, man. So we're waiting to be delivered, man. We're waiting to be saved, rescued. And these Edomites, they can't be saved. The only ones that can be saved from their sins is first and foremost the elect and all the nation of Israel. Let's get Psalms 106 and 10. This is Psalms 106 and 10. And it says, and he saved them from the hand of him that hated them, our enemies, and redeemed them from the hand of the enemy. You see that? So he's going to save us from our enemies, man. He did it in the time of the Red Sea, because this is what the scripture is talking about. So I just want to start at verse 9. He rebuked the Red Sea also and was dried up. So he led them through the deserts, through the wilderness. And he saved them from the hands of him that hated them, and redeemed them from the hand of the enemy. And the waters covered their enemies. There was not one of them left. But this time it's going to be with fire. Let's go ahead and get that scripture. So let's get 2 Peter 3 and 10. Because that deliverance was of that he killed the Israelites, not the Israelites, Slakia. He killed the Egyptians. He delivered the Israelites by allowing them to cross the dry part of the Red Sea when he parted the waters. And he killed the Egyptians, which were our enemies, and the Egyptians is symbolic also of America too. He killed them with water. But here he's gonna save the elect out of the fire, and he's gonna kill our enemies with fire, man. So let's get 2 Peter 3 and 12. Because this is the new deliverance, man. This is the one that they're gonna be talking about, just like they were talking about it. And they were talking about the great deliverance of us from the Egyptians in the part of the Red Sea. They're going to be talking about our deliverance from here in America, from fire. So this 2 Peter 3 and 12 said, looking for and hastening to the coming of the day of the Lord, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. There's also one in there's also one in verse 10. Same thing. It says, "But the day the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with great noise. The elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are in shall be burned up." So we're going to be delivered out of fire, just as we were delivered out of the Egypt in the latter days by the crossing of the Red Sea. So a great deliverance, man. They talked about this deliverance. They're going to talk about this deliverance. Let's get another scripture. So we just read in Psalms about the deliverance of our enemies, from our enemies, and the crossing the Red Sea. But there's going to be a new deliverance where they're going to talk about this one also, the deliverance of Babylon, aka America. Jeremiah 23:7. Therefore, behold, the days come, say the Lord, that they shall no more say, the Lord liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. And how did he do that? He did that by the parting of the Red Sea and drowning our enemies in water. But the Lord, verse 8, but the Lord lived, which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country, and from all country where they are driven them, and they shall be dwelt in their own land. So he's going to deliver us out of this time with fire. So we're looking for our joy to be turned into, our sorrow to be turned into joy. We're looking for that salvation that it's going to be world renowned to all the earth and among all nations. This is the new chapter of the Bible being written. If you want to look at it that way, if people talk about a book remembrance, man. This is this is the continuing of the book of Acts. Because we are still in biblical times. So with that being said, it's a real quick lesson. Most I win, hope is edifying. But said I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Kahala Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Brothers, keep on pushing. Shalom.